My dear students, welcome to my class. This is the last class on chemical kinetics. We are going to discuss some of the objective questions from this lesson. In the previous class, we had discussed up to question number 5. Now let us move to the question number 6. Rate of a reaction cannot be increased by. So question number 6 is rate of a reaction cannot be increased by. We know that the different factors that increases the rate of reaction and which will not increase the rate of reaction. See here, first one is addition of catalyst. We know that addition of catalyst never decreases, it increases. A positive catalyst increases the rate of reaction. Next, increase in the temperature. Increase in the temperature increases the rate of reaction. Increase in the activation energy. This is right option. By increasing the activation energy, the rate of reaction will not be increased, it decreases, because the rate of reaction is inversely proportional to the activation energy. So lesser activation energy, more is the rate of reaction. So that which will not increase the rate of reaction, increase in the activation energy. And last one is by increasing the concentration of the reactants. The rate will be increased when we increase the concentration of the reactants. So the right option is, so by increasing the activation energy, the rate of reaction will not be increased. That is option C. Now let us go for the next question. Question number 7. The activation energy of a reaction is found to be 0. So what is given here? Activation energy is given as 0. Then the rate constant of the reaction. So what will happen to the rate constant? Then first one, increases by the increase in temperature, decreases by the decrease in temperature, almost unaffected, D none. Look here, when activation energy is 0, that means the molecules already possess the required energy to form the product. Their normal energy itself is sufficient to form the product, so that they don't need any additional energy. What is an activation energy? The minimum excess energy required by the reactant molecules is called as the activation energy. But here we don't need any additional energy, so that if you increase the temperature, there will not be any effect on it. So that what is given here, increase in temperature increases the activation, or decrease by increase in temperature, there will not be any effect. If you increase or decrease, that will not affect the rate of reaction. So the right option is here, C, almost unaffected. Let us go for the question number 8. For a reaction, the rate expression R is equals to, some rate is given, some rate expression is given, that is K into A power 2 into B. This is the rate expression. If the value of the reaction vessel, if the volume of the reaction vessel is decreased to half of the volume, initial volume, the rate is. So what they are asking here, what will happen if you reduce the reaction vessel's volume to half of its volume? Half of means if V is the volume, we are reducing it to V by 2. So what will happen? First of all here, what will happen to the concentration? For example, this is the initial rate. Now we are reducing the volume. You know the relation between the concentration and volume, inverse relation. So concentration and volume are inversely proportional. So when the volume is decreased, concentration will be increased. So for example, when you decrease the concentration to half of its initial value, let us assume that. So here we are reducing by 2. What is happening here? So it will become 2 into N by V. The concentration will be becoming 2 times to the volume. N by V is 2 times to the concentration. The concentration is becoming 2 times to the earlier volume when you reduce the volume. So look here. So it is 2 into N by V. So that means the concentration will be doubled here. So what is the rate here? K. When the concentration of A is doubled, it will become 2A, so that it will become 2A whole square. When the volume is reduced to half, the concentration will be doubled, so that 2A by 2A whole square is the rate expression term here, and here B is doubled, so it will become 2B. I mean here, what you can say, the 2A square is equals to, directly we can write here like it is K into 2A whole square, it will become 4A, or otherwise you can write it one more time, no problem here. So that will become K into 2A whole square means 4 into A square, and it is 2 into B. 2 4s are 8 here, so that 8 into K into A power 2 into B. This is the new rate expression. Initially it is the rate expression. Now after reducing the volume to half of the initial volume, this is the rate expression. Now if you divide R1 by R2, that is R2 by R1, what we are getting, R2 is 8 into 8K into A power 2 into B power 1 by R1 is equals to K into A power 2 into B. So here you can see these terms gets cancelled. So that implies R2 is equals to 8 into R1. That means by reducing the volume to the half of the initial volume, here in this expression the rate is 8 times to the initial rate. Only it depends upon the concentration exponent also. If it is 1, that will be different. If it is 2, then the relation that we get is different. So here let us see the options here. Increased by 4 times, decreased by 4 times, decreased by 8 times, and increased by 8 times. So what happened here? It increases by 8 times. It will become 8 times. So 8 into initial concentration. So the right option is C here. Increases by 8 times. Now let us go to the multiple choice question number 9. What is question number 9 here? The half-life of a first order reaction is 15 minutes. The concentration of the reactants after 1 hour is. So what is given here? A first order reaction is given, and whose half-life type is given like 15 minutes here. Now what is the concentration? That is concentration of the reactants. So after 1 hour is to be determined here. What is meant by half-life? Half-life is the time that is required to reduce the concentration of the reactants to half of the initial concentration. The time required to reduce the concentration of the reactants to half of the initial concentrations is known as the half-life. That means at half-life time the concentration will become half. Here 15 minutes. That means for every 15 minutes the concentration will become half of the initial volume. I mean, what is the beginning volume? So I mean here, for example, what is the initial concentration we call here in chemical gases? R0. So now after 15 minutes what will happen? Here it is half-life. So after 15 minutes it will become R0 by 2. Why? After 15 minutes it is half-life time, so that concentration will become half of the initial concentration. Now this is the initial concentration here for the next part of the reaction. So now after 15 minutes what will become? The concentration will become half of the initial concentration. That is R0 by 2 by 2. That is nothing but R0 by 4. In a similar way, after 15 minutes, so after 15 minutes here, what will be the concentration here? Again it will become half of the initial concentration here in this part. That is R0 by 4 by 2. That is nothing but 4 into 2, 8. R0 by 4 by 2. That is R0 by 8. Now again after 15 minutes. Why I am taking 15 minutes here? 15 minutes, it is 30 minutes. It is again 45 minutes. And last 15 minutes it is 1 hour. Now what it will become? R0 by 8 by 2. That is nothing but R naught by 16, R0 by 16. So it is 1 hour duration. In that 1 hour duration, if its half-life time is 15 minutes, after 1 hour, the concentration will be reduced to 1 by 16th of its initial concentration. Now what are the options here? 1 by 12th, 1 by 16th, 1 by 8th, 1 by 4. Direct one only, it is 1 by 16th of the initial concentration. So it's based on half-life. Now let us go for the next multiple choice question. That is question number 10. A negative catalyst. Here what is given? A negative catalyst is given. Decreases the activation energy, increases the activation energy, decrease or increases the activation energy, none. So what is given here? Negative catalyst is given. We know there are two types of catalyst, that is a positive catalyst and a negative catalyst. A positive catalyst is the catalyst which increases the rate of reaction. A negative catalyst decreases the rate of reaction. How a positive catalyst increases the rate of reaction? It decreases the activation energy. A positive catalyst decreases the activation energy, so the rate of reaction will be increased. Why? The rate of reaction will be inversely proportional to the activation energy, 1 by EA. 1 by EA. So that a positive catalyst decreases activation energy, so the rate will be increased. Now what is a negative catalyst? That decreases the rate of reaction. That means that it increases the activation energy. So what is the right option here? A negative catalyst second option, that is increases the activation energy. A negative catalyst increases the activation energy, so the rate of reaction will be decreased. So for this, B is the right option. Let us move to the next multiple choice question. Question number 11. Collision theory is applicable for. So what is given here? Collision theory. In the last class we have learned the postulations of collision theory. Collision theory is applicable for unimolecular reactions, bimolecular reactions, trimolecular reactions, tetramolecular reactions. Direct one. Collision theory initially it is for bimolecular collisions and bimolecular reactions. So it is very effective for bimolecular reactions. If the molecularity is more, that means complexity involves, it will not explain. Already I told in the concept. So that it is for bimolecular reactions. So second option is the B is the right option. Let us move to the next objective question. Question number 12. The reaction that have high activation energy are. So if the activation energy is high, so are slow, fast, instantaneous, spontaneous. Just now we had discussed it. Rate will be inversely proportional to the high activation energy. Here if activation energy is high, means the rate will be less. That means it is a slow reaction. Direct conceptual question. So it is a slow reaction. Why it is a slow reaction? Because activation energy is more. Now let us go for the next objective question. Which of the following gives the velocity constant for the completion of 75% of the first order reaction? Here order of the reaction is 1. So which of the following gives the velocity constant for the completion of 75% of the reaction? So here we have to write the expression of the velocity constant. We have to write the expression of the velocity constant once the 75% is completed. Please be careful. What is meant by 75% is completed? That means 75% of the reactant is converted into the product. So what is the reactant left over? 25%. So 75% completed means not the concentration is 75. The concentration of the reactants is 25 only. That is important. So it is a first order reaction. What is the velocity constant for a first order reaction? K is equals to 2.303 by T into log A by A minus X. A means initial concentration, A minus X means concentration after T10. Usually we are using here R naught and R. Both are same. You can use either A by A minus X or R naught by R. Now 75% is reacted. For example, let the initial concentration as 1 unit. What it will become? K is equals to 2.303 by T into logarithm of. So 100% is there. Out of 100%, or otherwise you assume it as 100% here. So it is 100. So now what is the left over here after when 75% is completed? So when 75% is, what is the remaining concentration here? It is only 25. Let us assume 100, 25 ones, 25 fours. So what is it? 2.303 by T into log 4. Log 4 means we have 2 log 2. So that it is 2.303 by T into log 2 square. So 2 square means it is 2 log 2. 2 log 2. So 2 into, we all know that the value, you can multiply this value or you can write the value of log 2 also. But here the equation is left in the middle part. You can simplify, no need to simplify here because in the options this is given here. K is equals to 2.303 by T into log 4. Or else you can simplify. If in some other examination, if they give the value log 2, you all know that 0.3010. 0.3010 into 2 into 2.302. If you simplify, you will get K. But here it is given in the option. So what is that option? That is 2.303 by T into log 4. That is the second option. So this is the integral rate equation for a first order when 75% of the reaction is complete. Now let us move to the next objective question. Question number 14 it is: a graph drawn by taking a rate on y-axis and concentration of the reaction on x-axis is found to be horizontal to x-axis. So a graph is drawn here. So what is the graph is drawn here? What is the graph drawn? So taking rate on y-axis, here rate is taken, not concentration, rate, that is moles per liter per second, units of rate. And what is taken on x-axis? It is given that on x-axis they have taken the concentration of the reactants here, taken on the x-axis. The graph is found to be horizontal to x-axis. That means this is horizontal to x-axis, parallel to x-axis. Then the order of the reaction. So how to say by using this graph? Here, what is the information that we are getting here? You see here, concentration of the reactant is changing, but rate is not changing here. That means rate is independent here. Rate is independent on the concentration of the reactants. Independent on R concentration, reactant concentration. So which is the order? 0. We all know that in 0 order reaction, the rate of reaction is independent on the concentration of the reactant. So that it is a graph belonging to 0 order. So it is a 0 order graph. So this graph is between rate and concentration. Now let us move to the next objective question. So we have completed question number 14. Let us move to the question number 15. Once you recall all the concepts properly and understand the concept properly, we can solve the multiple choice questions very easily. So we have to undergo and we have to study repeatedly. Next question is, the order of the following reaction is, here certain chemical reaction is given, that is H2 plus Cl2, here light is given as 2HCl, the order of the reaction. I told you that order is an experimentally determined value. Experimentally determined means what you have to understand here, that rate expression is based on the experimental data. That is, the rate expression is also written based on the reaction mechanism. Now here, if you see, here it is a photochemical reaction here. So what you can write here, in these reactions, the rate will not depend on the concentration of the reactant. So it is H2 power 0 and Cl2 power 0. So what it will become, R the N is equals to 0, because the rate is independent on the concentration of the reactants. Please remember that the order of the particular reaction will be changed based on the reaction conditions. If it is not photochemical reaction, then the order will not be 0. So only because of here, the rate of reaction will be depending on the intensity of the light. That is independent on the concentration of the reactants. That is why it is called as a zero order reaction. Next question. For a first order reaction, the concentration of the reactants decreases from 0.6 to 0.3 m in 15 minutes. So it is a first order reaction. The concentration is decreased to 0.6 to 0.3 m in 15 minutes. So what is the time taken here? 15 minutes to reduce the concentration from 0.6 to 0. Then the time required for the concentration to change from 0.1 to 0.05. Then what is the time 0.1 to 0.025 m. So what is the time that is required here? This is the time here. So here what is the time here? But actually here we can understand one information here. 0.6 and it is 0.3. That means 0.3 is half of 0.6. That means here this is the time in which the concentration of the reactants is reduced to half of the initial concentration. Nothing but it is a half-life. So here what is given here? 15 minutes is the half-life. So that here what you can say, for example 0.1, after 15 minutes what will happen? Its concentration will become half. That is 0.1 by 2. 0.1 it is 0.1. So half of 0.1 means it is 0.05. So just 1 by 2 means 0.5. 0.1 by 2 means 0.05. Now after 15 minutes what it will become? Again after 15 minutes it is already 0.05. So 0.05 means 5 into 10 power minus 2. After 15 minutes it will become half. 2 ones to 2.5. So it is a 0. So here you can write it as 2.5 into 10 power minus 2. You can write it as 0.025. Because here we have to shift the decimal to 2 places. So it will become 0.02 m. So after how many minutes? 0.025 m in how many minutes? In 30 minutes. 0.1 to 0.1025, sorry 0.25 will be the change in the concentration. For that how much time it takes? 15 minutes and 30 minutes. So 0.1 to 0.25 it will take how many minutes of time here? 30 minutes. Nothing but 2 half-lives here. So 30 minutes is the answer. Now let us go for the next objective question. Almost majority of the questions are based on half-life and order of the reactions, but conceptual questions will also be there from the collision theory and effect of the catalyst and also effect of temperature. We have done some of the problems based on the Arrhenius equation also in the last classes. Now let us move to the next one. Question number 17. The plot log k versus 1 by t. Here what is the graph here? Log k versus 1 by t is a straight line. Its slope is actually log k and 1 by t graph. What is it? Arrhenius equation. What is Arrhenius equation? Log k is equals to log a minus ea by 2.303 r into 1 by t. This is the equation. You all know that this is the Arrhenius equation. K is equals to a into e power minus ea by rt. On taking ln, it will become ln k is equals to ln a minus ea by rt. Now if you change it into log, it will become 2.303 log k is equals to 2.303 log a into ea by r into t. But if I send that 2.303, this is the equation we get. This is looking like y is equals to mx plus c. But here, just if you are reorganize, you will get it here. So this is on x-axis. This graph is already drawn. On x-axis, we will take 1 by t, and on y-axis, we will take log k. So what is the graph that we are going to get? We are going to get it is slope-intercept form, a straight line that intersect at what is the distance here? Log a. It will intersect at log a. Now what is the slope here? So what is the slope here? So if you take y is equals to mx plus m here minus ea by 2.303. So slope is equals to minus ea by 2.303 r. Ln means it will become ea by r minus ea by r. Ln means minus ea by r is the slope. Log is given, it will become minus ea by 2.303 r. Ln means ln. So log means it will become 2.303 r. So these are some of the questions definitely will be asked in objective examinations based on any of the graphs, maybe first order or second order or even zero order. So mostly we have zero and first order. Let us go for the next question. Next question is a mechanism for the reaction. So there is a reaction given, 2a plus b is giving rise to d plus c. The mechanism for this reaction is a plus b is giving rise to c plus d. This is the slow reaction, slow step. And second step is a plus c is given rise to e. This is a fast step. This is the overall reaction here they had given, and these are the slow and fast steps here. Now the rate law is, rate law means what we'll take here, this is the slow step. So what we write, rate law, rate is equals to k into, only slow step is to be taken. That is a power some x and b power y. Or mn what we can take here. So what they had given, but here the coefficient is 1 here. So that what we'll make here, here in options they had given 1 1. So which is the right option here? Second option, rate is equals to k into concentration of A power 1 into B power 1. So I told you that if you know the mechanism, you can write the rate law. Experimentally determined, I told you, by the data we write the rate law and from that order will determine. But slowest step is the rate determining step. For that, this will be the possible expression. So these are some of the objective questions we have discussed. Thank you.